Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is McKaylee. And today's video is going to be a day in my life. This day in my life is a little different than what it would normally be. I am actually working from home today and the rest of next week because of everything that's been going on in the world. So yeah, it's been a little bit different for my routine. I try and stick to my routine as much as possible, and I do have a morning routine for when I go to work, so I will put that in a little card above. But yeah, now that I'm working from home, things can be a little different. It's a little bit more flexible, so if I have something that I need to do at home, I can still get those things done. Like today I need to do the dishes. I kind of want to pick up around the house a little bit. I like working from home because I'm able to stay on top of things at home a little easier. And compared to like when I usually work from an office from 7:30 until 5 or later, I usually leave my cleaning for Saturdays or Sundays. So then like during the week, the house just kind of like piles up, you know? So I'm actually working from home. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be, and how interior designers kind of work from home and how we deal with those things. So for my job, I am a commercial interior designer and I work for an architecture firm. So we do a lot of commercial buildings like hospitals and just like healthcare in general. We'll do hospitality, which can be hotels. We'll do restaurants, we'll do corporate, so office buildings, we'll do renovations for any kind of firms. It really depends. We do some county work and some state federal work, some government work. Yeah, so my job has it pulls me in different directions, and like right now I have a government one, and I have a college education, I have another education for a high school. I have kind of like a nonprofit, and then I have another healthcare. So I kind of have a lot on my plate, bouncing back and forth between all these projects, and they each are completely different from each other. So what I do on a day-to-day is I review like construction documents, I make construction documents. A lot of my projects are in construction right now, so I go on site and I can review those things. We go into bid, which is you go in and assess with contractors how much the job's gonna cost, and then they put in what they think, and then you sit down a couple weeks later and then you assess the numbers and who the client wants to do construction with. So, Harp, to get one of our office managers who's still in the office to scan an email to me. A finished schedule. And a finished schedule is we put this together to help the contractors know what products to order and where products go. So for example, CPT is abbreviated for carpet. So on construction documents, every firm is different in how they abbreviate their stuff, but the firm I work for, we use CPT. So we'll use like CPT 1, 2, CPT 3, CPT 4, does that make sense? So for the different types of carpet, they each have their own number, and we'll put a little box, and there's 3 lines through it. The top little rectangle will tell you what goes on the walls. That could be paint, so that would be PT. The next little square would be your base, and if it would have a base, you would just put a dash, or you could put NB, which means no base, or usually we will put a base and it will be like a resilient base, so like rubber, or a vinyl, and it will be RB for resilient base, and then the bottom box will be your flooring. So this could be a carpet, so CPT, or it could be a tile, which would be TL, or you know, just go on and so forth with different types of flooring materials. So yeah, so I need to go through that. and I already have ordered some products for a project that I'm doing. We're renovating an existing building or doing an addition onto it. So we need to get the materials that are in the space now so that we can work with the products that are in there so that they, you know, go together. The addition isn't something that's completely different. It goes with the building. So I need to do that and then put that into a program called Revit. And Revit is a very smart, complex tool. This is where we create our buildings. We can put them into 3D. We can walk through the space. This is how we make our construction documents. It's a really awesome tool. We learned it in college, and then going into the commercial field, I learned more than I ever could have imagined. Like, Revit has so many different compartments and so many different ways to use these tools, and it's honestly crazy. So, okay, so I just made some quick lunch, and this is just veggie noodles. Let me get you in focus. This is just veggie noodles, some tomato sauce or like pasta sauce, and then some Parmesan. And I'm gonna just take a break and sit on the couch. And I started watching New Girl. Last night I self-tanned for the first time in like months, and I love being self-tanned and like being tanned and everything, so maybe I'll keep it up. I feel like I don't know, it looks better with my blonde. It really makes it pop and everything. So also really breaking out. I don't know if this is hormonal or if this is stress, but not loving my life with that right now. But I'm gonna take just a little break and kind of do some training with Harper. So I'm gonna be filming on my iPhone right now because my camera battery is about dead. So when we do training, I like to use these little bill jacks. These are pretty inexpensive. That's why I use them, and they're just really great for training. You wanna make sure, hey, sit, no, sit. You wanna make sure that you're using really small treats so that they can pretty much just swallow it and not like go and chew on it by any means. So I just take a handful. We're just gonna do training worth of a handful. Okay, sit, stay, stay, stay. All right, good girl, okay. I just got out of like 3 different conference calls, or they're meetings, but now they're conference calls since I'm stuck inside. But I just have a couple more things to do. It's 3 o'clock now. I'll probably work till 5 just to make sure I'm hitting my hours for the week, or like for the day. So I'll probably check in around 5 o'clock. Alex is coming over tonight and we're gonna make brats and mac and cheese. But other than like my typical nighttime routine, which I can link up in a card as well, this has been my day at home. Not too exciting, not, you know, it's just me working. This is what I do. One of my meetings was we were developing interiors and the scheme, the color scheme, how things are lining up, how it would impact the exterior and looking inside. So yeah, I need to do a seat count right now. So I'm going through our space and counting how many seats are there and how many people it can seat, stuff like that. So yeah, going through that, and I'm trying to think what else I have to do. I have to pull some images. So when we do renderings, which is when we put our things into 3D, and what we want our client to see what the space would look like, that's called a rendering. I need to pick finishes so that we can it's called painting, so that we can paint the walls and everything and the furniture to be what it would actually look like in person. So I need to get those finishes and put it into our program called Revit. And I'm trying to think of what else I need to do. Those are probably the only 2 tasks that I have left that I have time for today. So once I start doing that, I'll be in good standing. And then Friday, we work half days. So I might end up working a little bit later just because with working at home, things can take a little longer. So yeah, that's kind of my day and what I do every single day as an interior designer. A lot of times my days are with meetings and with reps that come in for different companies, and we could talk about the new product lines and stuff like that. Just making sure that we're staying up to date as designers, using current products and products that will impact people for the future. Yeah, so a lot of our job is making sure that we are designing for the future and making sure that 10, 20 years from now, the design of these buildings will be up to date, will be meeting code, will not be out of date and need to be remodeled, even though like with time products are going to wear, you know, there's going to be some need of renovation in the future, like you can't help that, but making sure the structure of the building and the envelope, meaning columns, walls, you know, all of the studs, all of that is in good standing so it will last for years and years and years. So as a designer, we can get registered with our state, and we have to take a test, and it's called the NCIDQ. And so this is something that I am wanting to do, and you have to have, I think, 3,500 hours before you can take the test. But if this is something you guys are interested in me showing how I study and what I do, definitely let me know and comment below, because I definitely have study tips still from college and like how I like to study for tests. Yeah. Once you become a registered, you know, there's obviously a bunch of perks. You can actually call yourself a registered interior designer. If you do not take this test, you cannot call yourself a registered interior designer. You can just say you're an interior designer. But a lot of times, things that you're seeing like on HGTV or Pinterest, a lot of times people that say they're designing are actually decorating. And I know that this is a fine line sometimes. And a lot of people can get defensive about this topic, but being in school and being an interior designer, this is actually real life. This is what my life is my design deals with how people inhabit the space, codes, and the safety of people, how we use the space, the future of the space, also like the materials we're picking, if they're sustainable, and making sure that they're gonna benefit the people that are in the space and for years to come. And a lot of times with decorating, we'll say, oh, I need to hire an interior designer to decorate my house. Well, that's not really, I mean, yes, there are people that are designers that do that actually are interior designers, but 70%, 80% of the time, that's an interior decorator. Me wanting to redecorate my apartment is me interior decorating. You know, you wanting to pick out a vase with some flowers, that's interior decorating. That's not interior design. Interior design, you're really getting down to construction and the bones of the structure and the way it's dealing with people and the safety of people, and you know, it gets really more in depth. I can actually link down below the definition of interior design if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritties of it. But yeah, this is really what my day consists of almost all of the time. Most of the time I actually am in an office though, and sitting at a desk. We'll go on site, we'll meet with clients, you know, the day is really different, and that's what I love about my job, is not every single day is completely the same. Every single day is different. I'm doing different things, even though it's in the same project. You know, everything's different, and every day consists of new opportunities and new things for me to achieve, and that's what I love about my career. So if you guys did like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below if you do want to see me talk about how I study for the NCIDQ. and maybe any other videos you'd like to see from me, more design related or life related, whatever it may be. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram at McKaylee_Palmer, because I post a lot on my stories, and I post a lot of posts talking about my everyday life, what I do every day, and sometimes I do sneak peeks of like projects I'm working on. Not too in depth, but just enough to give you guys an idea of what I do every single day. So yeah, I hope that you guys stick around and watch me for the future so that you can see some fun videos coming and stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.